Now, in this video, I got sick. I don't know how in English it's described. In Latvian terms, we use the words iekaisums. But I don't know the English translation. All I know is infection. Basically, what it means is that, and for example, you get cold in your nose, and then you get pain, and then your temperature rises, and then some kind of a yellow liquid starts to being produced, and this is the liquid of we normally call iekaisums. And then and basically all winter in winters I receive the, you would say, nose infection. And then just a day before I was doing the channeling seminar, and I in meditation asked a couple of questions myself about this particular middle nose infection. And there was that, well, basically the yellow liquid, the yellow, gold and orange like liquid, it exists in all human bodies, in all cells. It's like, yeah, we would say it, liquid of infections. I don't know how to say it. It's strutas. I don't know in English how to say the yellow golden liquid. When you, for example, get a scar and you don't do a disinfection, it gets yellow liquids come out, and such liquids. And what I asked the entities was that the answer was that the infection, the liquid that's being sent to infection, exists everywhere in the human body. It exists everywhere, but it can get in larger amounts, and it starts producing larger amounts in the weaker spots. So, for example, you get an injury, you get a scar, or you get a cold, and that part of the body gets, you would say, energetically weaker, energetically lower, and then the yellow liquid starts producing there in larger amounts. For example, if the liquid inside of your body, if it's too much, it will start going to the weakest spot of your body. So, for example, to the scar, to the coldness place, and everything. So the idea was that I asked, well, how can I reduce that or lower those levels of the liquids? The answer was that you need a lot of sun and a lot of salt. You need more sun and more salt. And then I asked, why sun and salt? Because either the sun or either the salt, one of those two, or both. For example, if you have more sun, you don't need salt, and you have lots of salt, you don't need sun. They somehow tear apart or reduce into smaller bits of the yellow liquid, which basically means that purifies or reduces the density of the liquid in particular areas, which basically means that, for example, if you go in salt waters, salt bath, use more salt in your life, like bathtubs, showers, you just add a little bit of salt everywhere, then you reduce or purify those yellow liquids, which basically are being produced in the places of infections. Or sun does the same effect. And the energy of the sun also enlightens your body, and it completely reduces the infection. So basically, the idea was that I asked, so what should I do? And he said, you need to drink salt water, and you need to reduce salt water sent through your nose, like not breathe in, but like drink in salt through your nose and then out, and it will reduce the infection state. And also it just takes the, I don't know how it's true this in English, the yellow orange like liquid will take out of your side body. So those people who have really, and I understand my body has a huge risks of getting infections, and I feel infections all the time. I feel these yellow liquids all the time. I get these these how to say, bumps when when you scratch the lip, you get it like also yellow, and there is not injury, like a scratch, and then you scratch it off. I don't know, in Latvian we call the medical term of cold pump, I don't know how it's in English, but I get these all the time, basically. And it's because you have so many liquids in it. And then the answer was, you need to go to warm countries. You need to go to warmer countries where there is heat, sun, and salt waters, and then you will be cured in a few days. And you need to do that regularly. And that's when I had in a past life. I was one of my past lives. I was how you call it? I lived in Arabia, and where I was always in absolutely high heats. And now I'm in cold places, cold heats, and therefore I feel really I get cold really a lot of times. So basically, this was a really useful information for me, and it really helped me to like, because many times when I get like a illness or something, the entities say salt water, salt water, and okay, I just drink salt water a little bit more. And also, a person who channels the Angela, she's a light being angel. She also says all about the human body is that the salt level is really, in the PHP level, is really important. So in my case, it's salt level. You need to amplify the salts within you. But the particular reason the salts just reduce, purify, and tear over the yellow liquid cells, the yellow liquid that's being produced constantly in a human. So I saw many places in my body where the yellow liquid is being stored, and you need just to let it. You need sun. You need sun, lots of sun. So this is the answer. Okay, so thank you for watching and enjoy.